Hello, hello. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Brooke Collins, Innovative Coach, and if this is your first Wellness Wednesday, welcome. Glad to have you. So I am a life, health, and wellness coach, and I help people to get clear on their priorities. So in light of that, today I'm going to talk about self-care and sabotage and what self-sabotage looks like and some of the reasons that we do it. So self-sabotage looks like procrastination, avoidance, self-medicating, avoidance, stress eating, interpersonal conflicts, avoidance, piling on so much that you're so busy you can't walk the dog. You're so busy you can't make it to the gym. You're so busy you can't, make a healthy meal instead of getting carry out. Those all are good examples of sabotaging yourself. So what is one of the main reasons people self-sabotage? Worth. They don't feel they're worthy of the success that they're after. I'm going to use weight loss as an example here right now, but let's say that you are on a weight loss program. Let's say you're going to the gym and you're working with the trainer and you start to lose like 15 pounds. And all of a sudden people are noticing that you have lost weight. Well, what happens? You get nervous because people notice that you lose weight. And so then you are being, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to continue this. Oh my God, I'm going to have to keep doing this. And why do you do that? Because of fear of failure. So you don't feel you're worthy of the success or the admiration that you're getting, the attention. So you're going to go home and have a cupcake that your kid brought home. And then you're going to go have a chocolate bar. And then, before you know it, you are at a fast food place or you're ordering a pizza for yourself. And for me personally, it always starts with a box of Golden Grams. If I buy Golden Grams for my kids to eat, forget it. It's like a slippery slope. I'm done. I'm toast. The second reason people sabotage themselves is control. If they control the failure, they're not blindsided by it. They're not like, they know that they saw it coming. They're watching the train wreck happen and boom, it happens and they've predicted it and they know that it was going to happen. So something, control, it's easier to say like, oh man, I ate all that stuff and know why you didn't lose the 40 pounds, say that you wanted to lose and you only lost 10 instead of working your butt off, and getting to the scale at the end of whatever the challenge or your time with your trainer and realizing that you only lost 15 pounds. It's a much easier blow when you know that you failed because it was intentionally set that way. The next thing is imposter syndrome. You're afraid people are going to call you fake, call you out for not being real, call you out for being a fraud. Who are you to be losing all this weight? What are you, a fitness expert? Are you a nutritionist now? All those things. So that's like again, with the easiest thing to use here is weight loss and exercise because most women truly resonate with that, men too. The next thing, familiarity. So here's the deal. Humans love consistency. People love consistency. Consistent. We thrive on having consistency in our lives, right? Habits, so to speak. So this is why people who are in toxic, abusive, horrible relationships don't leave and continue to go back. When they leave, it's just the vicious circle. They keep going back because it's consistent. They would rather know the nightmare and the hell that they're in because they're comfortable there than they would happiness because they don't know what happiness looks like. So that's terrifying. With the consistent, at least they're getting abused on a regular basis and bombarded with negative talk and degrading talk and stuff like that. So that is just an easy example I could use, that's just an easy example. That's why I use that one. So the other thing is boredom. People get bored. So what do? You incite arguments. You sabotage things to push people's buttons. Your husband all of a sudden is getting proud of you in the work and the stuff that you're doing. And so you're going to start a fight with him because you're bored. Because, oh my God, like things are going so well. I'm bored. Let's mix it up a bit and create some chaos and some instability for a minute, and it brings you back to the fear feeling and the worthy feeling and insecurity and all that stuff. It sort of works itself out in a vicious circle. So people's number one reason for self-sabotaging is, I think, fear of being who they say they want to be, right? So if you say that you want to achieve X, Y, and Z, and then you start to achieve X, Y, and Z, you're going to freak out and you're going to like brush whatever it is that you're striving for. It's going to be put on the back burner and you're going to fail again and have to start all over. So it is a very common theme amongst people. And if you don't know, that basically sums up what I do for coaching. You know, I hold people accountable. I help people who are overwhelmed and I get them clear on their priorities. And then I hold them accountable to their actions and the steps to take to get to the goal that they're desiring, right? And I'm fairly good at it. But I can't make people make changes. I just notice that there is a point where people start to have really good self-care and they're putting themselves first and they're not resentful and they're starting to feel happy and they're starting to lose weight and they're starting to be, you know, mindful of energy and how they're feeling. And then, so what are they going to do? Yeah, they're going to drop it like it's hot, right? So if you notice that you are sabotaging yourself in any way with anything that you're doing in self-care, in your exercise program, in your healthy eating program, in your, your job, whatever it may be, if you notice that you're sabotaging yourself, my advice to you is to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because once you establish and acknowledge that you are indeed trying to screw yourself over, the next right step is to take the step back in the positive direction and pivot back toward the positive. You know, it's a ever evolving process. Self-sabotage is there for a good intention. It's there to a defense mechanism, or your brain thinks of it that way. So I urge you all today, if you're sabotaging yourself, switch it around and pivot, my friends. Until then, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.